Okay, what a day. We had an extra day, February 29th. So I'm just going to make sure that everything is working before we keep on trucking. And so let me just make sure that everything's up and going. So this should be a really fun one. I'm not sure how long we'll go. Okay, so we're live. All right. So a couple things coming up. So the first thing I wanted to do is just touch on this what has happened with the Medicare stuff. So there's a couple companies that have gotten some pretty cool determinations on what they are able to, what their code is and what their reimbursement is. So the first thing that we'll start off with is actually the Myo Pro. And the way that you find this is if you go to cms.gov and then you look up HCPCS application summary, non-drug and non-biological items. And so I'm actually going to share that right now. So I'm going to make myself a little bit smaller and we're going to share this. Okay, looks like my key is a little bit off. Actually, let me just change the way that I do this. We're going to go back to here, and I'm going to share my screen this way. Share this. There we go. So here we go. That might be a little bit better for you. So you can take a look at the website here. And so neat thing about Myomo is you can read a little bit about what they're up to and what they're doing. Their coding, 8701, 8702, and their payment determination. So this is where how much you will get. So the 8702 is 65,871. So that is pretty cool. So so that's that one. So another cool one that has come through is, and I haven't looked at this one yet. Let's see, the Rewalk. So we got the Rewalk L code K1007. And let's see, K1007, $94,616. So pretty cool there. And the one that I think a lot of people should be extremely excited about, and this is what I'm very excited about for our patients and patient care, is the RevoFit now has a code. And so let's take a quick peek at that code here. Oh, I thought there was a code. Maybe they don't have the code yet, but they have a purchase price here, $2,946. So that, oh, there it is. Sorry. L5783 is the code for the RevoFit, and the fee schedule of $3,015.92. This is a big win for patients and adjustability, and for clinicians. These are very, very difficult sockets to fabricate, and And so we're finally getting um, really what we deserve to fabricate some of these things. And kudos to the people that continued billing for this, so Medicare could have the data on how much stuff was going for. So very cool. I'm super excited for Jimmy and the team over at Click Medical. I think they've got a good thing going. And how about this? I think 3D printing will play a big role into how these are fabricated. It's still a very difficult device to make with 3D printing, but hey, guess what? Yours truly here would be happy to fabricate your devices through advanced 3D with a Click Medical product. And we've been doing that actually for a long time now. So we have a lot of experience doing that and happy to um, do that for you. So advanced 3D, check us out, shoot me a DM, and then we'll go from there. The next thing that I wanted to go through was about Psyonic. So this is really cool. This is Adil Akhtar, and I've gotten to know Adil pretty well over the last probably year or so. And one thing that I think is really cool is um, uh, what he has done and the way that he's gone about doing it. And one of the things that I find interesting about how he's gone about doing it, one is he crowdsourced. Two is he got some of the brightest engineers around to do things that have never been done before. And I think that is very interesting because that allowed Adil to be more um, mobile in the creation of the ability hand with Psyonic. So a lot of 3D printed parts, a lot of adjustments on the fly. So you have your base product, but the internals can be changed and made better. Flexible fingers, something super durable, and man, it's the fastest hand around. So, there's a lot of things that you can go into here. The cool thing is that he was brave enough to go on to Shark Tank. He got money for it. He got $1 million and three sharks to help him. I found that it was very interesting that Mark Cuban pretty much checked out pretty quick. And you know what? He just didn't understand the medical space. He's going to stick with what he knows. He loved the product. He said a great presentation, but he just didn't understand it, and he was out. So I think that's fine. A lot of people get into, is it truly a $50 million company? What have you? Hey, we'll wait and see. It is the prosthetic. There's so many hands in the prosthetic side of the business, so it's hard to make all the money in the prosthetic side of things. In fact, I would venture to say impossible. So, you know, when you say that you're on the way to making a $1 billion business, we have to remember that Hanger was just sold or taken private for just a little over $1 billion, and that's a it's a big company, and they've made some great moves recently with that. However, um, $1 billion is a lot to ask. However, it's not a lot to ask in the whole robotics side of things. So the technology that goes into the robotics side not only can be licensed, but in the manufacturing side of things, that speed, that intellectual property that goes along with it. So I think you're getting a lot more than just the psionic ability hand. That's the story that grabs attention, but there's a lot of stuff that goes on in the background that I think is important. Where time will tell to see if the value is truly there. So I'm a fan. I like it. And we'll see where it goes from there. Lastly, I wanted to go over what's going on at the Academy meeting. So the 50th Academy meeting is going to be going on in Chicago. I will not be able to make that. My son plays high school baseball, and I didn't want to miss 3 of his games. And while I love you all a lot, this period of time is so special to see him play at such a high level. So I will be missing that. But I do have a challenge for you as you roam through the exhibit hall. If you see products that we have helped with or that you feel like we have printed, I would love for you to shoot me a direct message, and we're going to put together a little swag bag of people that almost like a scavenger hunt of people that find products that are on other people's tables that we have produced, and so that should be pretty fun. Now, on the education side of things, there's some interesting ones. So, just like what we said, the Click Medical, that should be a good one with Joe. The Scott is always great with the pediatric orthotic stuff. The Let's see here, the other one, you never want to miss an episode or an opportunity to learn from Chris Baschuk with the partial fingers. That's always going to be great. And then let's see, there was another one that I'm like, ooh, I'd love to be there, man. You get the opportunity to hear from Shane and Kristen, Seth and Claire. They've all been on the podcast before. This is all interesting when it goes with the vacuum suspension. I think that should be great. The other one, this Road to Running, will be very interesting as well. We've got David Rotter there. Let me see. There was one more that I was like, ooh, I wanted to see. This stuff is always interesting to me, the silicone orthotic stuff. And let's see. Product show. So see if there's anything else in here. Okay. So anyway, those are some things. Now I wanted to go through the vendors real quick. So I'm going to come scroll back up here. So the Exhibitor Central, exhibitors. So some interesting things. So 14th Element Fabrication, man, they're doing some super cool stuff in silicone and the inflatable bladders and that sort of thing. The Alps, I always love their stuff. They have their hands in so much stuff, and a lot of their stuff just works. I think it's great. APC products, great. The Billy footwear, that's always interesting. Love the biosculptor stuff, specifically for cranials. Bulldog tools, they're always a staple, US made. Love their stuff. Comb Scan, definitely check them out. Say hi to John and the team there. Coyote's been an amazing sponsor for the Prosthetics and Orthotics podcast, but I tell you, this company and this team single-handedly changed the trajectory of my professional career in the early 2000s. I am forever grateful to them, so please check them out. Cypress Adaptive, a great company, great stuff. Elevate has some neat prefabricated AFOs. Fill Hour, great feet. Oh, Form Labs is going to be there, so check out their stuff, SLS and that sort of thing. We got Hanger. HP is going to be there. Go by their booth and say hi to that team. Icarus Medical, they have a super innovative knee brace. Go say hi to them. Infinite Biomedical Technologies, they carry a lot of, I call it kind of indie, what's the right word? Upper extremity prosthetic stuff, something like from Toughwear Prosthetics. Big fan of that. Invent Medical, always cool to see their stuff. It's just super beautiful. Launchpad, go say hi to them. Let's see. New Step, Northwestern. O&P Edge guys, OP Software, you can say hi to those guys. This is where things get a little bit interesting. So you scroll through this whole thing. Oh, so this is interesting too. So This is the Orthopedic Specialty Bracing, and I think they're the ones that just merged with Boston. So that is interesting. Just kind of see what they're like. So Oser is there, but you don't see the other O um, company. So that's interesting. But they do seem to be a sponsor, and uh, but this is just an overall commentary. Um, but the reality is the orthotic and prosthetic industry just needs one show. And so as these companies um, as the prices continue to increase and such, we can't be having people pay for two different shows, and it just that those prices are exponentially up. And so, one of the things that I would encourage is AOPA and the Academy. They just need to get together and figure it out, hash it out, because and create one amazing show. And and the AOPA has definitely shown that they're about consolidation, and they're putting a lot of things under one umbrella, having those conversations. So my encouragement is those conversations need to continue. And kudos to Ottobock for saying, "Hey, we're going to go to AOPA this year and not to the Academy." And I think that was kind of a joint deal here, but it looks like Oser kind of snuck in there. So interesting nonetheless. So go check out Point Designs. I love their stuff. Protesthetics, they have a really great way to uh, try 3D printing. The Psyonic crew, we just talked about a deal, so check them out. PVA Med, check their printers out. Quadra, this was a new thing too, right? So Quadra, very interesting. Now it's Rodin, TechMed, and Vorum all coming together under one umbrella. It's going to be interesting to see how all that comes together. Socks, always. Shining 3D, of course. Great scanners. You've got the Einstar and the Einscan such. I love these guys. Solo Labs, check them out. SPS, of course, always great. ST&G, always great as well. Tamarack, the staple here. Tuan, some cool stuff. Tilges always has some beautiful stuff, 3D printed. Love that. The TurboMed stuff, innovative along the way. Ultraflex, love that stuff. And there you go. So that is the whole thing for the Academy meeting. So again, bottom line is go check all these people out. Have a lot of fun. Take pictures of advanced 3D products that are on the tables, and we will send you for the winner, and I'll put it out there too, a swag bag with some advanced 3D gear. So that should be pretty cool. Let's just do this here. All right. So if you didn't know, Advanced 3D has a website. So go check it out. We do a lot of different things. And with especially the Click Medical stuff coming out and some of these other things coming out, we definitely foresee that we're going to start getting busier and busier, and our services will be needed more and more. So check out our website. Super basic, guys, but this is one interesting thing here. We have a register button where you can submit files. It isn't just a given that will approve your account, but I will either myself or somebody from our team will catch up with you and see what you're up to, and then we kind of go from there, and then hopefully we can work together. So I really hope you enjoyed this. This was really fun to kind of put together, and man, talk about starting off March 1st with a bang. That's a lot of news in a short period of time. So anyway, I hope you have a great Friday. Take care, and we'll catch you on the next one.